Okay, welcome everybody. My name's Tammy. I'm just doing this impromptu Zoom here tonight. It's a Wednesday, April 2nd. I just wanted to jump on live and kind of give my YouTube channel some more love. Myself and my son here are live. We're going to go back and forth. We don't have a per se presentation, like a formal presentation, because we literally have a 7-minute video that we just spent hours on, literally hours and hours and hours on to perfect a 7-minute video for our Get Fearless Freedom members, okay? So it's a very simple system, and I want people to understand it's very, very simple. When I came out with this concept, okay, the reason why I came out with a concept and wanted my own opportunity and my own business and my own funnels is because all the other ones I was working with, they were just mind-boggling. I was just like blown away, like, oh my gosh, this is so complicated. And the other thing was there was not much value back there. So I don't know if anyone is familiar with other opportunities and other like products out there. We're not the only digital marketing company out there, right? So you've probably gone out there and kind of did some comparison. So without naming any names tonight, I'm going to just kind of go through the reason why I love Get Fearless Freedom and the reason why we have so much momentum here. And what is momentum? Momentum means that ever since my son and I relaunched Get Fearless Freedom in 2023, we've been bringing in people, sometimes one and two people a day because of the automation that we have in process, okay? So again, let's just go back to the good old days when we used to have to go belly to belly and door to door, my husband and I, when we were real estate investors and mortgage brokers, and we'd have to actually work really super hard. Now people are spoiled. They are very spoiled online because we have social media, we have YouTube, we have all these things where we can reach people, through the internet, right? So this is an online business opportunity that we started in 2019, and it's evolution, and it's an evolution of sales and processes, right, to get to this point here, April 2nd, 2025. So I just want people to know that we're always improving Get Fearless Freedom. Okay, if you've heard about Get Fearless Freedom from someone, you're listening to me tonight live. I'm not no AI. I'm nothing like that. We're actually live humans, and we're here to help you guys understand a little bit more about Get Fearless Freedom, okay? And if you're a member, if you can put your first name and then your GFF at the end, and that's really been working out for everybody. In March, we had Kat that did an amazing blitz in March. I mean, she literally did almost every night. She jumped on live, and then, kudos to her because it's really paying off. Congrats to her last night, and congrats to Mary Beth. Mary Beth is on a roll. Man, she's got $6,000, right, that she just brought in. And I hope you don't mind me saying that, but it's really exciting to me because I've been working with
Oh,
Mary.
no, Tammy, not at all.
It's okay. Okay, cool. And I've been working with Mary Beth and a lot of people for years and a decade. And when I see this kind of stuff, I'm like, you know what? Let's go live tonight and let's share it with more people. Okay. So again, the Get Fearless Freedom concept is because I was getting frustrated with other sales systems and funnels. Number one, it was too expensive to run every single month. And again, I won't name any names because I'm live on my YouTube channel and that's just not how I do things. But I just want you guys to know that I was paying about $300 a month in order to create a capture page and then a landing page, sometimes a bridge page, and then a follow-up, right? And I wasn't even getting my emails done for me, which we have a done for you email platform. And I got a lot of people on here tonight just because of simply, writing out one email and clicking a button. And so it's really amazing to think of the evolution of what we have here with Give Fearless Freedom. So when I used to have a system, I'd have a system and then I'd have a capture page and I'd say, oh, that capture page is not going to convert. It is not going to convert in cold traffic. Okay, the capture page, people are going to just click off and I'm never going to get an opt-in. I'm never going to get a lead in order for them to even see what I have to offer. Okay, so with Get Fearless Freedom, think about it. So you're thinking, oh my gosh, this clunky system, like Tammy used to make it work, right? But now we have an improved system, and now I'm getting 50 to 60 to sometimes 70% opt-in rates with my capture pages on the campaigns that Rob and I run. It's insane. Okay. And this is one of the secrets. Okay. Shh, don't tell anybody, but we can get more people on our list so that we can make more money. Does that make sense to everybody here tonight? Because if you don't get enough people onto your list and you don't get enough people for me to email, you're just not going to make any money. So I focus on the front end. Okay, does that make sense here tonight? I focus on the front end. Hey, Maya, nice to see you here tonight, my friend. So I have people that literally have used this system for years, you know? So we have customers. We have a customer base. It's not all about just reselling GFF all the time. No, that actually you can resell this to other entrepreneurs that have maybe a network marketing company that they love. Now, prior to 2023, I ranked to 4 and 5 different leaderboards with GFF sales funnels. I did. I created a capture page and then I would redirect it to the actual video that I was talking about that offer, and I would rank up to any leaderboard that I wanted to. Okay. And it's because of the system of Get Fearless Freedom. Okay. So I would take a look at all that and I would say, you know what? I want to really, really just focus on teaching people. And that's what this is. It's a teaching and a coaching platform with Get Fearless Freedom. So I can train people on how to do just what I did for years, for a whole decade. I would, generate a lead, get them to a capture page. I would email them and follow up. So I learned how to do Aweber. I learned how now to do Get Response. And I personally became a really good email marketer. Okay. So it forced me to become a good copywriter. And that's what I have here with Get Fearless Freedom. So you can literally kind of piggyback off of what I'm doing with Get Fearless Freedom. And that's what I'm teaching and training people. So in other words, you don't have to go through that long curve, that long, oh gosh, now what do I do? Because we literally show people where we are making sales. Yesterday, for example, YouTube sales, Craigslist sales, solo ad sales. I mean, you can do offline marketing, you can do postcards, you can do Dave's driving, which be careful by the way, but you can do a billboard. Can you imagine if Dave had his domain name on a billboard? It'd be amazing, So you can put your domain name anywhere. It doesn't matter, right? So you're driving traffic to your capture page, you're getting them to a 7-minute video. I'm following up with you and I can even close your sales. So I just wanted people to understand the very easy process. And then my son here, he does a setup for people. So if you're not too techie, or if I hate that when people say to me, I'm not techie, Tammy. And I'm like, I'm not either. So we don't have to be techie here. We can just post literally an ad, share it on Facebook, share it on social media, share it on YouTube, channels, share it on TikTok, share it wherever you want to share it, right? And then get that person onto your list so I can email them up, follow up with them by email, right? Email them up. That doesn't sound right. But you guys know what I'm saying. And then my son here, Rob, will actually set them up with a laptop. So now he has another laptop available and I'll have him go over that. He's sitting there at Starbucks having a coffee here tonight. But, I just want people to understand that number one, we're really just, hey, we're just down to earth. We're just stay-at-home moms and dads. We're just helping people, in this economy to get some extra money every single month. Because at the end of the month, what do we have more of? More bills, right? We don't have enough money to cover things that we need to have. So I just want people to understand that that's my passion. And I've been doing this for a decade and teaching lots and lots of people in order to make, teaching them how to make money online. And again, we've kept it super simple, just so you can jump in, so you can just plug in, you can do whatever form of advertising that you want, and then you just go from there. So there's four levels, and so when a person joins at the 200 level, you'll get the builder package. You'll actually have the capture page, you'll have the 5 bridge pages, you'll have my training back there, you'll even have some of the masterminds, okay? You'll have that, and it's all in your back office. And you can actually create unlimited capture pages. So getting back to the foundation, right? So when Bob and I used to rehab houses, we'd take a look at the foundation. What are we going to go in? What are we going to have to build from the bottom up, or are we going to have to take the roof off and build it from the roof down, right? So you always have to have a solid foundation whenever you're working online. And all of your pages literally set on my server. It's not on anything else. It's not on any other server but my own server. So you can build a capture page, or if you want Rob to build them for you, you can do that. And then you build a thank you page or a branded page about you, a little bit about you. Who is Edward? Who's Kevin? And who's Valerie? Valerie, that's not been on here. And I love my friend Valerie. I love everybody. And I just want everybody to, realize that that's how I became, top sponsor on the leaderboard, was just with those simple pages. Because a lot of times, especially when we're getting paid from strangers on the internet, when you think about it, right? Because this is not network marketing. This is not MLM. You're getting paid literally member to member from strangers that you don't know online, right? Because you're generating leads, right? It's flowing through your system. But so they want to know a little bit about you. So, who is Rob? Who is Rob? He's, who is he besides, Tammy's son? So that's what the page does. It kind of gives you that, and it bridges that gap before they see the 7-minute video. So they want to know a little bit about you, and we have that. And that's what set me apart from all the other, quote unquote reps, right, in the company, because they were like, oh, wow, she's got a branded page. She's going to talk a little bit about herself. And then it took them to the presentation. So that's at the 200 level, believe it or not. So it's $200 one time, $47 a month. By the way, all packages are $47 a month. What does that cover? Well, it covers you being able to resell Get Fearless Freedom. It covers you being able to have me as your copywriter. You don't have to send out an email if you don't want. And it also gives you all of the images. Rob, he makes amazing images. And you also get my blueprint. So when you join, you get my actual blueprint, which, a lot of people kind of have taken that and made their own, and that's fine. In fact, I sometimes worry about going live on my YouTube, because sometimes I show my back office, and I've had, like, lately, especially copycat systems are trying to, mimic what we are doing. But still, no one can represent what we're doing here with Get Fearless Freedom, especially with Rob, because no one is giving out laptops, right? So anyway, so that's the 200 level. The 500 level is exciting because you have Rob's Facebook mastery. And we put that on the sales page just recently because you want to learn how to literally master Facebook. That's literally one of the places that a lot of people come in. I know we have advanced marketers that are doing more like with the video and things like that. But if you want to start out with your warm market on Facebook, Rob knows how to get them engaged with you. That's in the back office at the 500 level. We also have, obviously, where, we've taught people how to do the auction arbitrage. And so my son and my husband on the weekends, they go and do auctions on Saturdays and Sundays. It's their fun hobby. It's turned from hobby into literally a living. Okay. So you can do that if you want. And then the 1,000 level, of course, who doesn't want to get $1,000 paid to them, right? Direct. $1,000, you have the mindset, you have the YouTube training. I'm just giving highlights here tonight, right? You can always go back to the 7-minute video. And then the $1,000, which is really exciting, is literally where you can sit in. We had a mastermind last month on where we're teaching people how to get their YouTube videos ranked, okay? Very, very important, especially because YouTube is like a search engine. So if they're typing in something, or they're typing in, hey, 911, I need to make money, right? Then they're going to find your video about Get Fearless Freedom. So I'm teaching those people how to make money with Get Fearless Freedom in ranking YouTube videos. Isn't that exciting? I mean, who else doesn't want a ding right when they're walking down the street or taking a walk or having dinner with their family, and all of a sudden they get a notification on their Cash App saying, hey, they just got paid from Get Fearless Freedom. It's very automated, right? It happens all the time. So, and then of course the 2,000 level, that is where we have the bonuses, right? So if you're listening to this video and it's a replay and you want one of those laptops, they're so popular. I cannot believe it. Since we've relaunched in 2023, we added the 500 and then the 1,000, and then in 2024, right before my knee surgery, by the way, in July, we launched the 2,000 level, and then right since my knee, I had a full knee replacement. So can you imagine, here's Rob. He's got to take over some of the Zooms. I'm hobbling around. Actually, I couldn't even walk at all. Anyone ever have their knee replaced on here? Anyone ever have knee surgery? Isn't it like the worst surgery ever? I'm telling you, it's bad. I mean, it's bad. I mean, I mean, I could have, like, I told Amanda even, she just had a child, and I said, 9 pounds, 6 ounces, by the way. She was 9'9". But I said, you know what? I'd rather have 10 of you versus a knee surgery because, number one, you're getting a baby out of it. And number two, you're just not in so much pain. So, anyway, since the knee surgery, we've literally shipped out dozens and dozens and dozens of laptops. We've lost track. But that's one big, huge bonus that you get if you join at the 2000 level. And I'm telling you right now, if you want a laptop, even if you're an existing member, you have to get with Rob. He will, work something out with you and you won't have to pay him $2,000 all over again, but he'll work something out with you. And they're really fun.
Something awesome. It's something that you said, you talked about the way we have something so unique, and it's very
Hmm.
true. We have something where no one wants to, carve out of their time to build a person's business, and I'm the guy that does it. So, a lot of people have this marketing stuff and they have different levels and hype and rah-rah, but what we get down to is what do you need in 2025 to really make it happen? Like, how can you actually plug into what we have? So, when mom said you're taking, typically when you go into a route of something you want to do, it's like this, right? It's a bunch of ups, turns, twists, and everyone loves seeing the person that actually made it and they have a triumph of their life or a victory of climbing the mountain, but no one really wants to actually do it themselves. So when we actually get you these bonuses, they're tailored to you. When I did Dave's setup, he got a full entire laptop, which again, no one would want to do this because you have to, you have to source Chromebooks, you have to source tablets, you have to make sure that, you're doing it and opening it up correctly and making sure you're loading all the softwares and the tools and the images. So what we have is something where it's literally done for you, like mom said, and then the fact that we take what is already existing incredible stuff already within the, 500,000 and 2,000, but we package it right into how can we serve you and how can we get you to the races. So when I do these, I just picked up, I had to pick up another one for Mary Beth. She made another one, another sale. So I have two there that just got into queue. And then I have another one, like mom said, one left in inventory. I have it right in my car. And so definitely whoever's watching the replay, let's see who can get you in on the full build of an entire business. Like this is, the problem what we have and what we face in 2025 is you see all these different opportunities, this, and that. What happens is you don't get the attention you actually need. See, I feel an exchange of money is attention. So I feel that you deserve actually being set up properly and not just confirm and go. And so with our bonuses, we have something, again, we have tablets, we have laptops, we have setups, we have any type of thing. Some people want me help load stuff on their phone. I can do that. So I'm the guy that actually helps you. I am in the background. I help my mom. We co-own this together and we're just living the life of freedom. I mean, if you want to know what I'm doing, oh, you guys will be mind blown. Some of the things that I don't even share, and I won't share until I feel that I have a great time to share it. But it's given me full freedom, like full entire freedom to do whatever I want. I'm getting into a lot of Hollywood film production and acting classes that I could have never done at a 9 to 5. I walked straight into the studio today and I was able to, in confidence, say, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go here and I'm going to do that. And these people are like, what? Like they were like mind like boggled that I already knew this information. It's because, guys, it's Get Fearless Freedom that got me there. It's literally the freedom. And the problem is you can hear it, see it, all that on the screen. But if you're not going to get something of value when you get into an online opportunity, you can just essentially kiss your money goodbye. So here's different. Here is different. You're getting actual value. You're getting actual love from the company owner. You're getting love from your sponsor that we deeply integrate and work with. So you, when you are actually joining in Get Fearless, you're the one that actually gets help. Now, here's the problem. A lot of people talk what I just said, and then they don't do it. we have literal testimonies upon testimonies upon literally it's again, we have our Monday night overviews, and that is our main overviews. And then we have, periodically through this 90-day challenge that we are going to have even blitz breakout Zooms like this you saw on a Wednesday. And thank you for tuning in. But this is truly something mom and I we have, she's like, "Oh, another one. You got another tablet, or you got another Chromebook, or you got another person you're helping." And that's my passion because it's just only fueling for what my true love is, and that is, filming and acting in the industry. So what we're going to do is we're going to get you to the top. A good movie is not something that we watch a character just simply fail and struggle. We have the hope in our personal minds and our heart that that person will make it. And that's what we want for you. We want you to be the character that everyone is rooting for. We want you to understand that the end, the actual end, you're getting something out of it and you're able to make some money online. So, full difference between, again, like mom said, some cookie cutter or some copy paste stuff. We actually have it built from the ground up. So,
That was great. Yeah, that's totally true. I mean, like I said, I get compliments all the time. And like I said, I have thousands of testimonials from over the years. But, and a lot of people, like I tell people that, when you treat your customers right, you're going to get repeat customers. You're going to get repeat clients. So, in the affiliate marketing world, it's not hard. I mean, you just get them on a Zoom, jump on a Zoom and just help them, wherever they're stuck. And usually it's just because they're not quite sure of what they want to do for a marketing method. But, with the internet marketing, with digital marketing and things like that, and what we have in place in the training, people can literally log in anywhere, like a internet connection like you have and just start on the training. And so there's so much back there now that I'm like, this could be like literally like almost a PhD, in internet marketing. Um,
literally, yeah,
it
that's
really
right.
it could, because like I said, only there's only so much that Facebook groups can do. But here's another, we updated our pages and I'm always sending stuff to our programmer. Obviously we put the leaders at the top, right? That are using and reselling Get Fearless Freedom. So just, if anyone wonders why their pictures are not at the top, it's because it's usually the ones that are always showing up on the Zoom. We got Val right there. So I wanted people to, see that there's Chris. Chris has been on almost I think every single Zoom we've ever done. Chris, right here, sitting here. She's been on every single Zoom. So we have Mary Beth right there. She's top income earner with GFF this year. We had some other folks last year, literally just crushing it. Like I said, it's so cool because it has that usage to where if you have another opportunity, you can use the pages, So I've been reaching out to more and more people and saying, hey, you could resell it, teach the reverse marketing strategy. And if someone comes in your inbox with a raw link, there's your lead for the day. I get sales like that all the time. And I just send them, I say, get fearless freedom. What is that? I'm like, wow, just need it. That's what it is. So this is the testimonial page. We keep adding to it. Like I said, one favorite of ours is Darvell. He came in and he made $2,000 in the literally the first week. One of Mary Beth's members, like I said, I just want people to understand that, if you see one person making money with it, it means you can make money with it. I didn't need to see hundreds and hundreds of people join something before I even joined it. I joined it when I saw the video. That's what I look for. I look for a good converting video. I look for good sales pages, right? Because if I'm in a bad mood, let's just say I woke up in a bad mood or I'm tired, do I really want to talk to people? No. I have them come to me, right? So they go through the system, they opt into my capture page, and then the 7-minute video, when I was in a good mood, it did the selling, telling, and explaining for me. Does that make sense? So yeah, that's the reason why systems work and people don't. People, it literally people fail. That's what I think about it all the time like that. I'm like, well, I can see why you're not making it in this industry because you're not getting enough people to your website, right? To your capture page. And so that's what I've broke it down into is it's traffic, you know. We're working with a couple different vendors right now, just so everybody knows. And so I have some good things planned for next week and with, you know, with the current members for co-ops if anyone wants to learn more about co-ops. So that's what we got going. So anyway, that's it. We got one laptop left, right, Rob? And it's
Yeah, we
exciting.
got one left. We
Hmm.
have one left, and this offer again, it could go away anytime. It's a
Right.
very limited based offer
Hmm.
because it's sourceability, it's my time, it's like that. So we want to make sure that when you get these you're going to get a Google form. That's what you'll get. Very simple page to fill out, and then I get working on your business. So it's that simple. It's very cool
Yep.
uh just building these, like it's like so cool because today I sourced a few of them that like I have to line up because that's people are getting these, and one of the guys, he's like looking at me like, three laptops, really? I'm like,
I bet.
yeah, uh-huh, yeah, if you only knew. I'm
Yeah, they're probably
actually
like, how come
the
so many laptops?
they were. I mean, I took the whole shelf because they only had three left, and I was limited to, I think,
It's
three or
sold out.
four.
Wow,
Yeah, so
really?
I took them all out, and it says it right on their website. Sold out. So
That's so
I'm
funny.
the guy. Um, but this is why, because that's a good thing, right? It's a good thing that now it goes to homes. It goes to
Right.
Dave and how he got his, and so these are
Oh
going
yeah,
to
if
good
Dave wants to
homes, and it's
unmute,
it's
if he wants to,
really
he's
really
driving.
cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Uh,
No, I'm not driving now. I'm sitting here in the dark.
oh, you're sitting in the dark. Do you want to share with
Yeah.
everybody how you like your new laptop?
Oh my goodness. I tell you what, I was blessed beyond comprehension when I got that thing out and just started looking at it and all the stuff, the custom pages that Rob created for me. I've I've been on the pursuit and in the pursuit of financial freedom since I was basically 22. I've done a lot of things, but I have never seen a program um, that's just well laid out and comprehensive as this one is. And when somebody brings to me their visions and dreams, I take that as a sacred responsibility, and I owe them the absolute best shot at success that I can give them. And
Mhm.
I can tell you right now, Get Fearless Freedom is that opportunity.
I agree. I
So,
feel the same way, and that's why I think we came out with this idea, the concept of having a pre-built machine being shipped out to people, you know. And we talked, and I discussed it with the top leaders, and Mary Beth's like, "Oh my God, that's a great idea!" And Rob and I, and it's like it makes you feel good, right, Dave, to
oh,
receive.
it does. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and just think about that. It's a it's a sales tool.
Hmm.
I mean, not only are you going to be using it as a tool, but maybe we might at some point have to get our own factory and start building our own. We get so many people
I
in
know.
here with these
I know. I was
laptops.
wondering
I
about
thought
that.
that. It's insane. It's insane, but
I
I
was
got
wondering
it.
about that, Dave. I was like, oh no,
I
Yeah.
we're gonna
I'm
have to
gonna have to agree
duplicate
with him.
Rob.
Yeah.
Well, how many
Yeah. So
do you
it's
do a week,
incredible.
Rob, for example? How many
I
laptops?
can pump out at least a couple a day, as long as I'm talking to the client. I'm talking and working with them. Ultimately, like Dave got to experience it firsthand when I was calling him, but it's just Google. When I create the account, I'm creating it for them. So I'm doing all the work, and so I have to work with the client. But if it's based on the client, typically one to two I can do a day if it really has to, but I mean I could technically do more. They only take like a little while, but you understand. I'm building your capture pages, I'm building your bridge pages, I'm loading up, I'm creating and connecting all your get response accounts or
Yes.
all the extra stuff that, is actually fully white, like totally a white glove service. So that's the difference, like Mom said, and love hearing Dave's. I love hearing him live and hearing him experience this because I know the feeling. He saw I put a little sticky note, enjoy your freedom machine. And it was
Yep.
like it's an actual, like, it's Christmas. It really is. It's like a really great experience to open it up, have that booted, connect to Wi-Fi, and boom, you're like, whoa, you mean I have all of those loaded, Rob? I have all the little shortcuts on the Google Chrome menus and
Hmm.
all the different pages. And so it
Yeah.
feels so great to have it.
Yep. Yep. It's a great help.
Yeah, I'm gonna go into my Facebook group here and just kind of skim. So Dave did a video and it was so great. He
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you liked it. That was
Yeah, that's
just
a
totally
great video.
impromptu.
It's a great video. I have videos I'm always showing, the results, shocking results in 2025. I just want people to see here on the Zoom here tonight, this live on my YouTube channel. This is literally how simple it is, too. So Rob, even like I've told my programmer and him, it's a one-click funnel. So Dave was like, all he had to do was enter how he wants to get paid back there. And then all you got to do from there is just start sharing the great news and referring people. And if someone has a question about GFF, then they can call the 800 number, the hotline. So that's the beautiful part about it. You can get business cards, you can do, drop cards, you can do whatever you want for Get Fearless Freedom. But yeah, it's getting very, very, that's why I had to have Rob on here tonight because he's, driving back from getting those laptops. And it's like, hey, do you want to jump on a Zoom? And he's like, sure. So then I want Mary Beth just to, if you feel like coming out and talking here tonight, just your experience. And, when you sell a unit, we're going to call it sell the elite package. What's it feel like? It feels great, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's exciting, Tammy. It really is because I know that I'm really helping somebody, and we have something that's has so much high value, and the only opportunity out there that has what we do, combining, the digital, the comprehensive digital products that are absolutely value based in and of themselves, but now we have the physical product, and the two together is just the best of both worlds. It's insane value. People have to really understand it and appreciate it, and I mean, this is something that truly can change people's lives. They just, they need, made aware. They need the awareness factor. And, I think with us now, this is starting to go viral. And I think more and more people are going to see this. And we're probably going to have even more people flocking to us. And we're going to be able to help so many people this year in 2025 and change lives. And that's where it really becomes very gratifying. It really does, knowing that what we have is the real deal and it can absolutely, help somebody. It's genuine, it's authentic, and it's not this raw stuff. Like there's so much of that out there, and I'm sure everybody who, sees that, day in and day out. And it's a shame, but that's the way the industry is. But I mean, we have the real deal here to really help people, and what we have can absolutely, like I say, help people. It's everything. It's comprehensive from A to Z, total business in a box. The laptops, that was just an absolutely ingenious idea. I'm so glad that, you implemented it, Tammy, went live with it because people are really starting to catch on now. They really are catching on. And, Rob is doing a fantastic job, with putting those together. And it's really going to help people. I think it's going to definitely fast track their success, no doubt about it. It's going to help them to see even higher conversions. And it's going to essentially just put more money in people's pockets. And they're going to be able to get to freedom a lot easier and a lot faster. And they're going to be jumping through hoops, and they're going to be so so overjoyed and over the top, over the moon, excited. It's really, I'm excited myself. To just
Yeah.
continue to put this out there and share it, and put it in front of the right people. They see it, they gravitate, and they join. They get started right away.
Yeah, it's interesting because you and I've been selling digital products and the intangible products, for years and loving the commissions. I love 100% commissions and I love getting a $2,000 sale, right? Who don't? And
Oh yeah.
been able to, have the just a great lifestyle. You know, like last year we had my husband was in surgery for 5 times actually. I had a knee surgery and so I set it on automation. But then I was like, you know what? I want to jump on Zooms more because it's fun to me, you know? So when we got it all sorted and then 2025, we've done a lot of these Zooms and it's been, you know, a life-changing experience for a lot of people. I see people, and of course, this is an income disclaimer here because we always have to. Results are based upon your efforts, right? Always with any business. I don't care what business you do, and there's no timeline. You can't put a timeline to any offer. You cannot put a timeline. You can't say daily pay. You can't say any of these things, right? So I am
Mm-mm.
literally a company owner that wants this to be for my future generations, right? Because I know where digital marketing is going. It's a multi-billion dollar industry, right? So with the social media, I'm sure there's going to become another Facebook and then another TikTok. Someone's going to create those platforms, right? But I just want people to know that I want still the human touch. The human interaction is what people thrive, you know, because, you know, we all learned that when the 2020 came and like everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, I got to stay in my house." Well, we were out traveling. We bought an RV. We were able to buy an RV and drove for a whole year, you know, while everybody else is staying in the house. Well, I just feel like I can always take my business with me. I have this, right? I have my phone, which I have Charlotte on it, by the way. Isn't she cute? She's so cute. I love my granddaughter. So I get to see her tomorrow. But now I'm a fearless grandma. So I'm like, hey, I can still have Charlotte come. And I've spent a lot of time with her in March, like a lot of time. And I still put 5 figures in my pocket because of the system. Because if someone would say, hey, Tammy, what are you doing online? I would send them my website and they would opt in. They'd go a 7 minute video. They'd either say yay or nay. And that's it. Rinse and repeat, you know? So
Yeah, I love it, Tammy, because now everything is really fully automated. I mean,
it
you have
is.
the best converting capture pages. That new 7 minute video is just absolutely
You like it?
fantastic. I just absolutely love it. I've watched it, I don't know how many times. And then you're done for your email portal. You do all the follow-ups. And that's really where the conversions take place, you know, essentially in the follow-up. People that completely takes the guesswork out of the equation. Rob does such a fantastic job with the images and now the setup with the laptops. I mean, it's literally, you know, a complete business in a box. I mean, it's comprehensive, it's complete, everything from A to Z, everything that everybody needs to be successful. You've got your tools, your resources, your software, you know, these Zooms, and, you know,
Mhm.
everything is here. All the follow up. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
absolutely everything is here.
Here's a screenshot right here, Mary Beth, and you love getting the email follow-ups. So once
Yeah,
something,
I love those emails, Tammy. I really look forward to those every single day. You do such a fantastic job at those.
Mhm.
I mean, if people only knew how much those were worth themselves, you know, I mean, you
I
do
know
a
I had one lady that had joined a while back and she's like, "Hey, so how do I get my AWeber, how do I get my follow-ups?" And I go, "You don't have to." And she goes, "What do you mean? Every other system I have to set up a follow-up sequence in my autoresponder." I'm like, "No." No, you
Yeah, and
don't. Just
you know,
connect
Tammy,
it.
too, the other companies, the follow-ups that they give you, maybe, you know, 10 or 12, but they're so generic. They are just so generic. They don't, I mean, they don't work. They just don't work. They're so just
Yeah, they are
extremely,
generic, aren't they?
they're very generic. They're just not gonna convert. They're just not.
No. And that's the reason why we're making sales is because I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I do have 7 figure background with email marketing. I've been doing email marketing forever. I mean, I'm not some huge, I don't like to spend all day on Facebook. You guys even know I get kind of frustrated with a Facebook chat. I'm like, this is too chatty for me. I'm like, okay,
Hmm.
let's go to Telegram. Like, you know, I'm like, I'm an email marketer. I'm a closer. That's what I do. That's what I've done for 12 years. I close sales. You know what I mean? ABC, always be closing. When you're in business for yourself, I mean, you that's what you get to do. You learn how to literally talk to people. We're gonna have our own like a new, if you guys want to learn how to close sales, you can, but you don't have to if you don't want to. You can let me close your sales. But yeah, it's fun because it's a surprise every day. You get to see, hey, what's Tammy sending to my prospects? So yeah, it's really good. I love it. I mean, I couldn't believe it when my programmer programmed that. I'm like, you can program that? And then the Craigslist auto reply software, I got 4 leads yesterday alone from my Craigslist ads. And I'm telling you, I don't have tons of ads out there. You guys want to see? I mean, it's so simple. Craigslist advertising, I've been doing it for years, and it's just like a habit to me. So I'll log in here because I know Dave said he wants to get his up. I'll show you guys literally live my Craigslist ads right here. So whenever I want to refresh some more, look at this. I have all my inactives right here if I wanted to. See all them? Just pages, right? Of course, I'm not going to refresh them all because that would be crazy. But I'm just saying, like, I have usually typically this many live, and I got four. That was actually, I taught Kat, which is brand new, and she just made another 500 sale from Craigslist yesterday. And so she came to a Zoom, right? And now she's in the community from Kat's Craigslist that I did, that I went over the training, right? It's all in your back office. So see what I'm talking about? It's literally in your back office. That's what I tell people all the time, right, Mary Beth? So implement what I teach and then you get money, right?
Yeah, nobody else out there has these features either. These are so unique. They're so customized and so proprietary and so unique, and they're highly effective. They're
Hmm.
highly effective tools and resources.
Very. Absolutely. I'm targeting right now real estate investors because of the market crashing and changing. So that's just me because I can relate to them. I can relate to real estate. So just so I can cover my location just because I'm live on YouTube. But here's one of them. Economy stinks, online gold rush. Ex-real estate investor found how to earn 2,000 per sale. See, found a way right here. Rob made this image for me and I keep it, I refresh it all the time. New 7-minute video reveals how you can instantly pocket a 2,000 commission even if you haven't earned a dime online. And then it has big arrows so that all they got to do is reply to the software. They get an instant while I'm out. Hey, I was out shopping with Bob all day. Okay, I'm guilty. I like to hang out with my hubby during the day. Okay, we spend a lot of time together. So I was out shopping with him. I got replies. It's on automation for me. So it's just a really brilliant system. And then, like I said, you can get people from Craigslist, like I said, postcards. We should be doing a postcard, don't you think? A postcard
Yeah,
trade.
Tammy, I'm seriously considering it, kicking off my direct mail again. I think
Hmm.
it's a great time of year. I mean, it's still early in the year, tax season, all of
Yep.
that. And yeah, I get a lot of direct mail stuff in the mail, and I can start to reverse mail these people too. I
Yeah,
think,
I
yeah,
taught that
that's
one
I've
one
been
time.
really thinking about it, very seriously. So yeah, maybe if you and Rob want to try to put something together, maybe like a template, play
Okay.
around with something.
I'll do that for the elite training. We can have the elite training next week for anyone that's at the 2000, and I'll teach everybody how to literally take pennies, like if you get a postcard in the mail, you take that address and like you said, reverse market to those people.
Exactly. Because those people are already, understand the concept. They have some kind of business. So they've already joined something, they've spent money, they understand, the concept, the potential that exists, and they're doing it themselves. So that they're your perfect ideal, target.
Sure. Yeah, I have the what they call, remember Rod Stinson days, the cheap, ugly postcards.
Yeah,
Yeah, remember
yeah.
that?
Yep, I sure do. I sure do.
Yeah. Yeah, those are very effective for part because I think Dave actually asked us about that on one of the
Yeah,
masterminds.
I did. I'm getting ready. I'm working on a postcard myself, but I'd rather have see what you guys come up with.
I think I have some even in the group. So, yeah, I can definitely do that. I would love to start
Yeah,
doing
I think that would be a great idea, Tammy, to add that to our marketing mix
because they're so
and be able
simple.
to have a template we could just take to like a local printer or something and have them mass created and mass produced.
Yeah,
And
I actually took one time I took a postcard to I'll show everybody online the online ads that we have right now. So they're kind of like an online postcard, but this is how we get people to the Monday night Zoom, for example. We're going back to the Monday night Zoom and then Tuesday fast start. But here's one right here that I posted, and this is another image I use on Craigslist, right? Because a lot of people don't even realize, wow, Craigslist is such a hot spot for people looking for businesses. Obviously, it's proven because we're getting members all the time and at the 500 level, right? Um,
mhm.
Ed on here, I believe, joined you at the 500. So yeah, people like this. I know there's just like I said, images galore that Rob has done. I mean, we've put so many images out, just tons. But yes, the training that this is all the training you'll find in there. But yeah, I'll find a good postcard because I mean, for me, myself, I love to send out. I mean, it's cheap, cheap form of
Yeah,
act.
it is. It's a yeah, more affordable, effective form of advertising. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah, we'll set that up for next week then. The
Yeah,
elite.
that sounds good. Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
And then,
Absolutely.
yeah, for like I said, for direct response marketing, that's what I love. I love direct response marketing. I'm not here to sit and to fiddle around all day long and, on Facebook or messaging people. I hate that kind of marketing. I don't teach that
Yeah.
kind of marketing.
Yeah.
I like people coming to me, direct response, you know. The home business magazine ad, I mean, that was where a lot of people would call in. So I have a ton of people that have called in. So I did a magazine, which I think the next time I'm gonna redo the whole ad. But because people are like jumping the gun and they're like calling the hotline before they even watch the 7-minute video. So hey, I'm always tweaking my process too, right? We're always learning. But yeah, we have that one. We have anyone ever do newspapers? I mean, newspapers are still a thing. There's people out there that love to read newspapers and go through the nationwide ads, right? So there's just so much, right? We could talk all night on that, on
Right.
marketing and advertising. So anyone else have anything to add? I'll go ahead and end the recording. I'll go off of
Guys,
YouTube.
I want to say something about this opportunity.
Sure.
I've put this $2,000 opportunity up against any college education and be able to show somebody how in a matter of no time they can be making more money with this $2,000 opportunity than they could with a 4 year, 100 to $200,000 college education that they're going to have to be paying on for the rest of their life.
That's a good point. Yeah,
Really.
that's a good point. My
And
son and
something else,
I had that discussion before because he didn't go through any formal college. I didn't go through any formal college. I didn't get kicked out of college. I just chose to drop out of college and I started I was in the business. I wanted to do something with business, Dave. So
right?
I have like one credit to a community associate degree. And I've told my kids, I say I have a PhD in business, but I didn't get no formal college. So I've told my kids, you don't
Right.
have to go to college if you don't want. So
Right.
Rob's followed in our footsteps as an entrepreneur. But
There you
that's an
go.
interesting point, and I think that your target market for that, if you want to go in that angle, could be in college newsletters,
Sure. Sure.
something
Well,
like
and I'll tell you something else that just dawned on me while I was sitting here in the dark in my car here, company car, listening to this. Um, all the other opportunities out there compared to Get Fearless Freedom is about like comparing a guppy to a blue whale. This is huge.
I like
It
that.
it
Guppy.
really is huge.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and I listened to the affiliates because I hated it when the company owners wouldn't listen to Mary Beth and I, for example.
right,
We'd be
right,
like, "But we want it this way," and I'd be like so frustrated, her and I, because like I said, we've worked together for a long time with almost every opportunity. But recently I added that phone field, and I'll do a big disclaimer here. I added it as an optional because some people still like to just collect emails you know and the thing is, Dave, is that my programmer, because it takes him line by line to code in, that's
yeah,
thousands of dollars and a change, right?
right, yeah,
So I'm like, okay, I'll make it worth your while. I promise. They're gonna bring in more members, right? Because I have to twist his arm and hey, can you take
yeah,
some time out of your scheduled programming of other things, right? So
mhm,
yeah, so we have the phone field now, but again, disclaimer. You can text the people if you gather the phone number. You can text them, but don't ever put them on a text list because that's a no-no. So
right,
you know what I mean? So there's
right,
improvements to the system, But at the same time, we'll always have to follow the guidelines of the.
Right. I'm still not clear on how that thing works.
Really?
I don't. Yeah, I don't
Oh,
know.
it's
I don't.
very
I don't get
simple.
it. Huh?
It's very simple. I'll end
That's
the
probably
live
why I
stream.
don't.
I'll end the
That's
live
probably
stream
why
though,
I don't
because
get
I'm
it.
not going to show what I did to the whole world.
Right.
I
Right.
literally have people that have been duplicating my system lately. So I'll have to end my YouTube live stream and this recording and then I'll show you. Okay. So I
Yeah.
think we're gonna
Okay.
wrap it up for the folks on my YouTube channel. And the recording. I'll put it in the Facebook group so everybody can tag anyone that they want to hear this tonight. Okay. So let me go ahead and do that and then I'll go into some more questions and I'll show you the capture page.